Robert had said nothing except to offer her his arm, for by her own admission, she was exhausted. She had been walking alone with her arms hanging limp, letting her skirt trail along the dewy path. She took his arm, but she did not lean upon it. She let her hand lie listlessly, as though her thoughts were elsewhere, somewhere in advance of her body, and she was striving to overtake them. Robert assisted her into the hammock, which swung from the post before her door out to the trunk of a tree. "Shall I stay with you till Leonce comes?" asked Robert, seating himself on the outer edge of one of the steps, taking hold of the hammock, which was fastened to the post. "If you wish. Don't swing the hammock. Will you give me my white shawl, which I left on the window-sill over at the house?" "Are you chilly?" "No, but I shall be presently." "Presently," he laughed. "Do you know what time it is? How long are you going to stay out here?" "I don't know. Will you get me the shawl?" "Of course I will," he said, rising. He went over to the house, walking along the grass. She watched his figure pass in and out in the strips of the moonlight. It was past midnight. It was very quiet. When he returned with the shawl, she took it and kept it in her hand. She did not put it around her. Robert seated himself once again, rolled a cigarette, which he smoked in silence. Neither did Edna speak. No magnitude of words could have been more significant than those moments of silence, or more pregnant than the first felt throbbings of desire. When the voices of the bathers were heard approaching, Robert said good night. Again, she watched his figure pass in and out of the strips of moonlight as he walked away. "What are you doing out here, Edna? I thought I should find you in bed," said her husband when he discovered her lying there. Leonce had walked up with Madame Lebrun and left her at the house. His wife did not reply. "Edna, dear, are you coming in soon?" he asked again, this time fondly, with a note of entreaty. "No, I'm going to stay out here." "This is more than folly," he blurted out. "I can't permit you to stay out there all night. You must come in this house instantly." With a withering motion, she settled herself more securely in the hammock. She perceived that her will had blazed up, stubborn and resistant. She could not, at that moment, have done any other than denied and resisted. She wondered if her husband had ever spoken to her like that before, and she had submitted to his command. Of course she had. She remembered that she had, but she could not realize why or how she should have yielded, feeling as she did then. "Leonce, go to bed," she said. "I mean to stay out here, and I don't wish to go in, and I don't intend to. Don't speak to me like that again. I shall not answer you." He drew up the rocker, hoisted his slippered feet on the rail, and proceeded to smoke a cigar. He smoked 2 cigars, and then went inside and drank another glass of wine. Edna rose, cramped from lying there so long, still in the hammock. She tottered up the steps, clutching feebly at the post before passing into the house. "Are you coming in, Leonce?" she asked, turning her face towards her husband. "Yes, dear," he answered, with a glance following a misty puff of smoke, "just as soon as I have finished my cigar."